This is my final review of the Japanese dating show Offline Love. I know I released a short of this already, but I wanted to go a little more in depth. But I will say there's not going to be many spoilers in this. I still want to make this review somewhat spoiler free. I'll talk about some of my favorite characters, but not necessarily like if they coupled up or anything. I'm going to try and keep this a little spoiler free as much as I can because I still want people to watch the show, make their own opinions, make their own conclusions of it. Come back and tell me what you think about it. I wanted to make a more lengthy review of this and talk about more of why I love this show so much. I gave this dating Japanese show a 9.5 out of 10, and you can watch it on Netflix. So a little background on the show. This aired near Valentine's Day of 2025. I think it was February 16th. 18th, something like that, on Netflix. You got all the episodes, which is 10 episodes. I binged this in like a weekend, which I normally don't do. I'm not a binger. I loved this show, so I binged this. It's not perfect. I will give that caveat. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10 because I did downwrite it for certain reasons. I will talk about those later. Let's first introduce the show. Let me talk a little about the cast members, and then I'll tell you what I liked about the show, and then at the end, I will tell you what I disliked about the show. Offline Love is a Japanese dating reality show, which we have seen more coming on to Netflix. I love that. I have so many dating reality shows I need to watch. I love dating reality shows, which is hilarious because I am very picky about romance dramas. If you like romance dramas and you like dating reality shows, put this one on your list. Watch it. It's adorable. It's cute. The setup of this reality show is Japan took 10 Japanese people, put them in a city, a foreign city, took away their devices, and the people had to walk around, navigate this city, run into each other, pretending if fate allowed them to meet. And then if they met, they could go on dates and get to know each other and things like that. And it wasn't like Japan just like plopped these people with no means of communications. When they arrived, they had to lock up their electronic devices. So they had no phone, no tablets. They had a paper map. They had a tour book that could help them navigate, and this tour book had places they could go if they wanted to go do certain things. And then if they wanted to ask somebody on a date, they had mailboxes. They had this place set up where you could put messages in mailboxes and have conversations with people and invite them to places like, hey, I'm going to be here at 5 p.m. Show up there if you want to go on a date with me. And then they would go about their day and things like that. So there had ways of communicating. They also were staying in the same hotels. It wasn't like they were alone in this city, but they had to meet each other first to realize they were staying in the same hotel or knew who to communicate with this mailbox. That's essentially the premise of this show. The show was attempting to see if fate could happen without electronic devices, and they could organically meet each other and then organically date for 10 days and see where that went, and then decide if they were going to continue dating in Japan once they got back. What did I love about this? First off, I think Japanese dating reality shows have a completely different vibe than the Chinese or Korean ones I've watched. I found this relaxing. There was like some type of relaxing vibe, chill vibe. There wasn't as much pressure to date people and find people. And yes, like some people were having a lot harder time because they weren't getting on dates and they weren't finding people organically. But for me, it just seemed like such a different feeling I was getting from the show versus a Korean dating show. That I still love Korean dating shows as well as Chinese dating shows, but there was just a different chill vibe when it came to this show as well as other Japanese dating reality shows. For some reason, they seem more chill to me, which I love. I love that that was the case. I loved pretty much everybody in this show. I was rooting for pretty much everybody except for two people. One girl I just did not vibe with. I didn't like her. I didn't have any particular reason why, but I just didn't like her. And that never really changed. More like I didn't really care what happened with her. Yes, she got with a guy I really enjoyed and I really wanted for him to find happiness, and they seemed great together, but I wish they kind of didn't get together because I liked him a lot more than her. And then one guy, he did something halfway through the show, and I'm not going to reveal who and what he did, but ever since he did that, It was literally almost halfway through or just over halfway through the show. I was done with him. I couldn't root for him anymore. And honestly, I really didn't particularly like him from the beginning, but he was okay from the beginning. I didn't really dislike him at the beginning, but then he did something halfway through the show and I was like, I don't like you. It wasn't malicious or anything, and it wasn't downright mean or anything. After he did what he did halfway through the show, I'm like, I don't like you. Don't want anybody to be with you. That really caused me to go down a step in my rating, because I did rate this a 9.5 out of 10 versus a 10 out of 10. Everybody else I loved. I loved watching their relationships progress. I loved watching them kind of pair up, couple up. Some of my favorites never coupled up, which I was sad about, which is another reason why I downrated this. You definitely become invested in these people. You become invested in their relationships and who they are dating and if they find happiness by the end, which for me is the sign of a good show. You want to become invested in these characters. You want them to find happiness. You want them to be successful in finding the person they're going to date when they get back to Japan. And there was a lot of adorable and really cute moments in this show because of that. I thought this show had a unique aspect too, because they are people who were trying to organically find each other. It was interesting to see them walking around the city organically finding each other. And I was like saying, well, wouldn't they see the cameras? Like, wouldn't they realize there's cameras following certain people? I don't know what happened, but you clearly saw in the show that they had people walk right past each other. I don't know how that was set up. I found that kind of funny because there were incidents where they literally walked past each other in the crosswalk or on a plaza. And then other times they found each other. They were cute. They went on a date. I thought the show was very creative in terms of the dating. They found events that were fun for them to do, but also fun for us to watch. It brought out people's personality. I thought the conversations on the show were really mature and really nice. They had a variety of conversations because there was a variety of personalities. Some couples met really early on and kind of stuck together. Other couples kind of happened in the beginning, fizzled out. They found new people. Some never found people. I really enjoyed the progression of relationships and things through this show, which is probably why I like a lot of dating reality shows in general, because I do like seeing people's progressions, and you always have them. You always have the couples that meet early on and stay to the end in shows. You have couples who might meet at the end and are cute until the end. There's always those couples, and this show was the same. Moving to what I disliked about this show. As I said, there was one guy I just could not root for by the end because he did something that I disliked halfway through. I did not like him. The other thing, which is unique with the Asian dating reality shows, there is more likely, not every single one, and I have not seen every single one. I'm sure there's some out there that doesn't have this, but a lot of the ones I've seen have panels of famous people, whether that's actresses, comedians, singers, whatever, it depends on the show, give commentary to what's going on in these people who are in the show dating or attempting to date. I did not like this panel compared to some of the other panels. I didn't think they were bad or anything, but compared to the other dating reality shows that I've seen and the commentary we've gotten from those other panels, I thought this one did not live up to some of the other ones I've seen. Again, they weren't bad. There's two folds. One, I didn't know any of them. A lot of these panels, I know some people, whether that's actors, actresses, singers, they were other judges on other shows, so on and so forth. This one on Offline Love, I did not know any of them, so that was partly the reason, because I usually connect with people I already know. And two, they gave commentary, which was sometimes funny because two of them were comedians, but overall, for me, they just didn't really add a bunch to the commentary and to the show. They could have been without and it would have been completely fine. I downrated this because of that one guy. Potentially one girl I didn't particularly like, but she wasn't horrible. And then the judges. That was the reason why I gave this a 9.5 out of 10. Overall, though, this is adorable. This is an adorable show. It's a quick watch. It's an easy watch. It's a really chill watch. If you come home from work and you want something chill, I was smiling from ear to ear. Really nice show. And if you want a more in-depth discussion on the show, let me know. I just don't want to give spoilers and I don't want to give too much away. I will say the people that were some of my favorites, I liked Nanami. I liked Atsushi. Sorry if I'm like butchering these names. I also liked Show. He grew on me. I didn't like Show at the beginning, but he grew on me. I also liked You Die. I liked him a lot. I basically liked pretty much, I loved Kanaka. Yeah. I liked pretty much everybody except for these two people. I'm not going to reveal who I did not like because I don't want to trash on two people, particularly one guy. But I liked pretty much everybody except for one girl and one guy for various reasons. And they were adorable. And their interactions were just so cute because they're so shy. Of the Japanese dating reality shows I've seen, they're so shy. And it's just adorable to see them open up and have their relationships progress and have these conversations become more intimate and more personal. I love that progression in these types of dating reality shows, and Offline One was one of them because by the end, they had to have serious conversations of, would you want to date me back in Japan? And some people had it harder more than others. I cried. I was so invested in some of these people, I cried. But that's my review of Offline Love. I hope that this, I guess, rambly review. If you check this show out after this review, please come back and tell me what you thought. If you have already watched the show, let me know what you think. If you love this show, if you did not like the show, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I want to talk about this show, and I hope you like my review. And stick around because I'll be watching more dating reality shows. Definitely, because that is definitely something I watch and I love to talk about.